Estamos en la 26ª edición del Congreso Brasileño de Cosmetología, donde vamos a ver la conferencia de Peter Foltis de L'Oréal Estados Unidos. Peter irá a tratar del tema antioxidantes para la protección UV y autobronceadores. Peter, tell us what you've been seeing related new technologies and developments for the cosmetic industry.
Over the short term, what we've seen is a more scientific approach, but putting it in terms that the consumer can understand. Based on my presentation today, it was very, very technical, and we would not expect the typical consumer, to understand all of this research. And what we need to do is put this in terms that they can understand consumer perceivable benefits. So while we might be looking at very molecular mechanisms here in research, the conveyance of this information to the consumer would be worthless. So what we need to do is make sure that consumer can see these actions, whether it be anti-aging, whether it be acne, wrinkles, spots, pigmentation, even cleansing. We need to show that there's a clear benefit. And also, because of the economy, people are looking for multiple benefits, not just one.
The tanning trends in the U.S. have drastically changed over time, and this is going back, obviously, before the Industrial Revolution. Most jobs were outdoors, and the tan bodies were a sign that somebody was a laborer, and pale skin was a sign of affluence. Post-revolution, many jobs moved indoors. The paid vacations were more common. There was a migration of the population to the suburbs, out of the city, and let's fast forward now to the early 1960s, when I was growing up. College students went to spring break into Florida, to Mexico, and so forth during the winter months, and they came back with a tan skin. So basically, the tan skin, especially during the winter months, was now a sign of influence, and still is.
What market segment do you think is the promise for the future for the industry?
Certainly skincare. It's an aging. We're all getting older, and the baby boomer generation is becoming to the point where they realize that they need to start taking care of themselves. As I explained, the cancer rates are going up. So healthier lifestyles, whether it be nutraceuticals as well as cosmetics and dermatologicals. I think that's going to be a big area, is anti-aging overall. 1 in 5 people in the U.S. will end up with skin cancer. So basically everybody knows somebody with skin cancer, and the message is being driven home very much about taking care of yourself. So again, anti-aging, UV protection, and multi-benefit products overall. Anti-aging is the way to go.
This is the greatest concern for the industry, do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, is having something that's consumer perceivable. Very difficult, say, for pigmentation, and we know that pigmentation affects different races differently. So Caucasians actually mostly end up with wrinkles and less pigmentation, whereas African American and Asians have more pigmentation issues. Pigmentation is very, very difficult to mitigate, and it takes quite a while, at least 2 to 3 months to see results. Consumers in the U.S. want immediate results, and that's very difficult sometimes without some sacrifices. So we need products that deliver very quickly, as quickly as possible, and offer a value added for the consumer. So yes, I'd say that's a big market for us.
Okay, thank you so much, Peter.
And because the federal government has now imposed a 10% tax on the use of tanning beds, it's passed along to the consumer, and it's unrestricted, so they can use it any way they want. So considering the way the economy is in the United States, the government is getting $300 million of money that they can use any way they want. Unfortunately, it's not being used for education or melanoma research or things like that. But hopefully the rest of the United States will start banning them, and maybe we can start to see these rates drop.